Ah, what's up, everybody? And I didn't do a review last week on this show because there was a lot of things going down last weekend, and I did not do a review for TNA last weekend. I wish I should have. But with WrestleMania last weekend, what was all that was going on around that whole 5 days, it was a long ass show. It was a long ass 5 days, to be honest. And if you want to check out those reactions and reviews, check those out online. But moving on, though. TNA Impact Wrestling review. I missed a couple of things last week about the bad, and I didn't talk about it. So of course, everybody knows about the horrible Karen Jarrett promo. I believe people were talking about because I did see the show, and I think people said she was in line of being the most obnoxious, whatever GM she's supposed to be in wrestling right now. Because I just found it funny as she said, "You don't know what I've done in the past 15 years in this business or the regrets." Like, what have you done? What has Karen Jarrett actually done in this business? What? Be married to Kurt Angle, then cheat on him and go with Jeff Jarrett then? I don't know. I don't know why she's on this show. They need to kick her off this show immediately. Well, no one cares. I don't know how she got that giant ass pop the week before, but um, her on TV is just bad. But moving on with this week's episode, Eli Drake went against Kev Conley. Pretty much a match just kicking off the show. Not really no story behind it or history, just Eli Drake actually winning, Tyrus getting involved, taking on Kev Conley, winning the match, so it was pretty good. Josh Matthews talked about, once again, Josh Matthews and Jeremy Borash, JB, arguing and bickering again, just arguing until Bruce Pritchard came out and says, "This is ending. You guys are going to stop this now." And pretty much Bruce Pritchard that, with all respect to the world, you can't compare Josh Matthews to Jim Ross or even Bob Ross. And Matthews told Pritchard, "I'm sorry, I wish you were dead." And Pritchard was sick of it, was tired of you two arguing with each other, and pretty much you guys are going to pick two teams, and you're going to end this once and for all. I didn't know what he was talking about, but Pritchard says, in order to pick, you guys have to pick 4 people, or if you have 4 friends in this company, as they say, or pretty much to Matthews. So, I guess it's going to be like a team versus team thing or something. So, I guess this is how they're going to solve all their issues that are both going to have a match with each other. Josh Matthews and Jerry Warish will pick people to go against each other for something. I don't know the reason yet, but yeah. Knockouts Gauntlet Battle Royale to determine the number 1 contenders for the Knockouts Championship. It started with David Story versus Madison Rain. And there was a lot of more of them that came out. I don't know who half these women are, like MJ Jenkins or I believe her name is Amanda Rodriguez. You have Rebel in there, Diamante of LAX, ODB, Brandy Rhodes, which still still that good in the ring. Still these a lot. But it came down to ODB and Madison Rain with ODB pretty much had the TKO to win the match. TKO to win the match. Yeah, she pretty much won with that move. I mean, I'm surprised that I know somebody brought this up with me, but where is Brooke Tessbach? I thought she was back. Hopefully they bring her back to the set of tapings, because I don't know why she's not there right now. But the Battle Royale was whatever. I think people knew ODB was going to be the number 1 contender, since I believe she returned last week and, challenged Rosemary for the Night House Championship. Hopefully they keep the belt on Rosemary. I don't think they need to take the belt off of her right now. I see something in her, and they need to keep her as champion. I enjoyed her feud with Jade, and they really have some really great matches. And I think they need to center the Knockouts division around her. I think she is money, and I think they could go somewhere with this. Hopefully the new writers know what they're doing. James Storm came out. Cowboy James Storm. And not none of the DCC stuff. He was wearing this, he said his son was wearing his cowboy. I said, "Why you wear the hat?" And pretty much, he was proud of wanted to be like him. And pretty much Storm, the highest rated edition of TNA was when he won the World Heavyweight title. And he wants to win it again. Until the DCC came out, Brandon Kingston, As Casey Ray was, Eddie Kingston said, turn that hillbilly music off. He called Storm a liar. You know, you to wear this mask, dropped it, stepped on it. You told us to wear this jacket. You told us to wear this tie. You don't realize. I don't care about your bastard son. You're just a carny, he says. And Storm said, you were begging for a job, and I brought you in. It was going to be about something. You guys were going to be a tag champion. I was going to be the world champion, but something went wrong. And Eddie Kingston's parents took offense. They said, you have to touch it like that. I would drop you where you stand. And Storm acts like a selfish little bitch and stuff. And I can't get a promo across this thing. Okay. Come on. Oh, this computer's messing up again. Oh, man, I'm not gonna get this review well. About. I'm trying to remember where I left off. You know, since we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this off, you know, shoot style. We're gonna take a second here. Oh boy. I am not getting through this well, and I'm sure a lot is going on, but Bram, I say Bram, Kingston. You know, Storm pretty much started telling Eddie Kingston to don't stop on the mask. It took a real man to do that, but you know, real man, you know, he puts the group together. And you know, because just on Tinder, he said. King. Yeah, Eddie Kingston pretty much spit in his face until Storm did a last call super kick on him. After he did a last call super kick on him, Bram was going to hit him with the chair, but he stopped. He was going to put down the chair, but Storm pretty much going to shake his hand, but Bram tried to swing him anyway, so Storm kicked him in the face, which pretty much was a good promo, and he said sorry about your damn luck. Which pretty much, Storm, pretty much good promo out there, I give it that. At least he's Cowboy James Storm, and this whole DCC thing is over, because they need something creative for these guys, because that group really did suck, so hopefully they give something better to them. Andrew Evans with Marshall Rocket versus Suicide in a triple threat match, which was actually a really good match. Not no random spot fest like usual. Something actually meant something to it. And pretty much on a shooting star press on Rocket for the win, man. So, you know, it's actually a really good match. Well, pretty much every home, so you know you gotta go through different challengers to I guess get a title shot and everything for him. So that's pretty much gonna happen with that. So, actually, really good exhibition match. Next was probably the best match of the night. Davey Richards versus Eddwards on a last-minute standing match, which was actually really good. A really great last-man standing match, which I thought this should have been the main event, as people would say. But they fought through the crowd, from Chain involved, and Love. Eddwards' wife was in it too, and pretty much his wife pretty much got outside attacking Angie Love, Angie threw her into the barricade. As pretty much, I thought one cool spot Eddie Eddwards did was put Dave Richards' head on the chair, and then jumped off and stomped on it then. And I guess he had on his knees with a belt buckled behind him and tied up with chained to his foot, and Drew was locked up. And Eddie Eddwards just sat there, and Davey Richards could have kicked his head off if he wanted to, but he didn't want to. And Angel pretty much looked at him and said, "Do it for me," and kissed him, and then Richards pretty much kicked Eddie Eddwards in the head for the win after that. So, it actually really good last man standing match. Probably one of the best ones of the night. So, at least they actually picked up some steam with this whole feud with Eddwards and Richards, because it like kind of was all over the place and kind of lost some steam, but just picked it back up. They showed this vignette for Veterans of War, with Sword Bush announced it or something. But we couldn't tell who it was, who the Veterans of War, and I know some people thought it was a bit controversial because people talk about the U.S. fighting missiles in Syria and stuff. But as we moved on, LAX, with the great Lucha Underground footage they do at a victory party in Orlando, pretty much saying we had defending these titles all over the place. So, you know, they pretty much put up a toast that there was some nightclub, and it was just drinking and having pretty much drinking and having a party and say we'll just keep defending these titles. Coming at Homicide, I don't know the other three people other than Diamante, Santana and some other dude. I'm trying to get all their names right. So LAX at least is really cool, this version of them, and they actually put on some cool vignettes and stuff. Tell you this is actually a tag team champions and the Hardys are, but I'm sure we all know what happened with the Hardys right now. They also showed James Storm talking about redoing his theme song. Alberto El Patron when he was Sean Punk, and after that he pretty much called out Lashley, and he went into a backstage interview with Kevin Matthews, which we should have talked about last week. He's a powerhouse, I'll give him that. And Sienna will go against Ali and Braxton Sutter. They showed up this person called Fury Unleashed. I still don't know who that is, but they're going to show up next week. Bruce Pritchard pretty much talked to both Josh Matthews and Jay Borsch who the team they're going to pick, and Josh Matthews had shirts, and pretty much as they picked who was going to be on their crew, James Borsch picked Bobby Lashley, James Borsch picked Alberto El Patron, and then Josh Matthews, I keep getting the names wrong, Josh Matthews picked Bobby Lashley, picked Bram next, but JB's pick was Chris Masters or Chris Adonis, but for those Chris Masters, he's in it. Josh Matthews then picked Eli Drake and Tyler, since both of them are going to be in this thing too. And it was two of the guys in the ring, but pretty much Josh Matthews pretty much said, "Get them, boys," and they start beating both guys up. Until Matt Morgan, he was the third pick, he returned in. So Matt Morgan was back. And he was trying to stare down with Lashley, and they show a limo backstage, and it says, "We don't know who it is, but we're going to have to find out next week." which you can look that up on YouTube, where they say you can check the cameras are still rolling on YouTube. But if you want to know who they picked for the fourth guy, it was another former TNA guy that used to work here, Magnus, who is the GFW champion. So I don't know why people are saying GFW versus TNA again right now, because two of these guys are former TNA guys at the beginning with both Matt Morgan and Magnus. Chris Masters has never been here before, we know last year, so it still is TNA guys, and they pretty much set up a match for next week, so we will see how that goes out to be. And actually better episode of Impact. I'm glad I didn't review last week's because I heard it was bad. Anyways, and I actually did see it. It wasn't that good. But this week's was better and kind of makes up for last week's review. But I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace.